Welcome back to another episode of DIY Projects with Charles. Listen, I kind of wanted to bring you guys on a little journey with me. I had a situation the other day that where the vehicle stranded me in the middle of an intersection, and this is a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. I got a warning on the dash. Everything's powered down right now, so I can't pull anything up. But I got a battery light on the dash, and then I got a warning that basically said, park the vehicle safely. The vehicle is about to shut down soon, or something to that effect. It happened pretty fast, and when it did happen, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Never seen that before. I can probably make it home. Nope, I didn't even get out of the parking lot of where I was at. And it literally stranded me right in the middle of the intersection. Well, here's the problem. So when that happens, and you lose all power on a vehicle like this one, the shifter here is electronic. So when you lose your battery and you lose all of your electronics, you can't shift anything. You're kind of dead there. It's just stuck. And it's very frustrating to be in that situation where you can't do anything. I had several people stop, and they were like, "Hey, I can push you down out of the intersection." And bottom line was, he said, well, it's this transmission's electronically shifted and the battery's gone. I got no power whatsoever. There's no way for me to put it in neutral. And so you can't really go anywhere. You're just kind of stranded there waiting for a tow truck. So that was my situation. Well, I had a guy stop, and he said he had a similar scenario, and this was a trick that he said his tow truck driver showed him. Now, there's probably some information in the owner's manual on this, but I was not aware of it. And when you're in a panic situation, stuck in the middle of an intersection, the last thing you want to be doing is flipping through your owner's manual, trying to figure out how to get out of the intersection. Well, anyways, this is what he showed me. So I'm underneath the steering wheel here on this Chrysler Pacifica. And this right here, it looks like just a regular cover, like you would have over like a screw. Like maybe there's a screw in here, and they put this little plastic trim piece over it to hold the, to make it look nice and whatnot. That's not what this is. And there's no labels. As you can see, there's no indication of what might be here. But I found this quite interesting. So he was showing me this, and he was saying, yeah, my tow truck driver showed me how to, you got to pull this little cord, and then you can manually put it in neutral. And I was like, what? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. If there's a lever or something like that, it ought to be on display. It ought to have some kind of, indication, a label or something. Nope, nothing there. So what we did was we came in here like so, and I was able to pop this little plastic piece out, and I was like, well, look at that. There's a little cord in there. Well, I had no clue that was in there. And if you yank on this, it manually, see if you can hear it. Okay. You can't really hear it that well, but what it does is it is literally directly connected to the transmission lever and the transmission shift linkage, I should say, underneath the hood. And what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to put this vehicle into neutral when you have a no power situation, which is exactly what I had. So we were able to pop it into neutral. Had a couple of guys jump in front of the vehicle, and we were able to push it out of the intersection. So was able to get into a safer scenario, not being stuck in the middle of the intersection. Never knew that was there, didn't know it existed. I'm hoping that somebody else will watch this video and be like, wow, I didn't know that was there either. And it just helped me. So hopefully that tip will help you get out of a sticky situation. And, I hope you enjoyed this episode.